The Texas Rangers won a World Series 2 years after losing 100-plus games. How did they do it? They spent money. $500 million after the 2021 season. $300 million more before the 2022 season. First time it was on bats, specifically Corey Seager. He got the 10-year, $325 million deal after their 100-loss year. He wins the World Series MVP, his second, 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in, a 1.137 OPS. And of course, they didn't even see Jacob deGrom this season, but their pitching did what it needed to do. They got Jordan Montgomery. They got Max Scherzer at the trade deadline. I have to tip my hat to the Texas Rangers. I suppose I have to tip my hat to their fans as well. It sucks to see this come to fruition if you're an Astros fan. I will say this, though, and some of you are going to disagree with me on this front. It is good for sports that a team who spends win. Because when a team who spends wins, owners are going to see that and say, oh, I should do this too. You see the Mets, you see the Padres, and you can understand why owners would get gun shy about saying, F it, let's just throw a bunch of money at the team and see if they can win. But I think it's good for all of sports that a team who spends money actually wins, because it prevents, or at least makes, teams who don't do it look bad by comparison. And we've got way too many cheapos across sports. And I'm about to give you even more of a spin zone right here. I think that the Rangers winning, this is not me coping, this is a serious take. I think it's good for the Houston Astros that the Rangers won the World Series because of what they spent. And here's why. You know, we have made the jokes before about jock Jim Crane. Jim Crane pitched in college. And I think anyone who has read about Jim Crane's background in business or knows that he pitched once before knows he is competitive to the point of cutthroat and or cheating based off of the PBS Frontline documentary. Win by any means necessary. Except for maybe the budget. Except for maybe the wallet. So, to see jock Jim Crane in his Letterman jacket see a team in division, in state, throw a bleep ton of money at the roster and succeed, I think he's going to care a little bit less about profits in 2023. He wants to F the Rangers up. How many of you guys have seen the movie Dazed and Confused? It's an awesome movie about kids in high school in the 1970s. In that movie, Ben Affleck is the high school bully. And there is a tradition that the seniors do at the beginning of every single school year. They all get paddles and beat the absolute bejesus out of the freshmen. Now, that's wrong in 2023. But in this movie, when I think of Ben Affleck, to bring it back to the Astros, I now think of jock Jim Crane. Varsity jacket on, paddle over the shoulder. He's ready to absolutely beat the hell of all the other teams in baseball with that wallet of his. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Hell yeah. Get that paddle out. Get that wallet out. Throw hundos of millions of dollars at whoever you need to throw it at. Get that paddle out and make sure that you're outdoing all these other teams out there. I think that Jim Crane actually might be a little more open to an expanded budget for this year and the next couple of years. And he has to understand that there are going to be serious decisions about guys like Jose Altuve. I think they give him the long-term extension. Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker, I'm not so sure. But I don't think it's just about the guys who are on the roster right now. I think it is also about throwing money at potentially another starting pitcher, bullpen arms, more bats, more depth. You can't, in my opinion, go into next year and stand pat. And look, you want him to spend money on the right guys. Do you want another Rafael Montero contract? Probably not. Do you want another Jose Abreu contract? Well, if Jose Abreu keeps doing what he did in the postseason, then you feel a little bit better about it. But there will be a counter mindset here that winning the season series convincingly, winning the division, taking the ALCS means that the Astros theoretically could go back into next year and just roll the dice. I don't. It's hard to come up with an argument against that because if you just say, well, things happen. It's such a lame way to go about it. You're not putting yourself on the fence like me killing the Texas Rangers on September 7th. But that could theoretically be true. I mean, going into the year right now, the Astros are tied with the Rangers, the 2024 season, 9-1 World Series winning odds. Braves are 13-2. The Dodgers are 7-1. They'd probably be 13-2 if they signed Shohei Ohtani. And there's also going to be others who push back and say, look, what the Rangers successfully did hasn't been the norm. I mentioned the Mets and Padres a little bit earlier, but I feel like Jim Crane is going to be more aggressive just based off of the result of this World Series. We're a team that he beat in the division for this season, a team that they could have snuffed out entirely, perhaps, had they, I don't know, taken care of any business in September. I think he's going to look at them and he's going to get competitive. No more Mr. Nice Guy. So I hope that he goes aggressive. A couple of comments here. 713-780-3776 is how you call in. It's how you text in. From the 713. So money can buy happiness, asks somebody. I don't know because I'm poor. However, I'd like to think it would. Right? That's why I keep buying those lottery tickets when the Powerball or Mega Millions gets over $500 million.
I do like that it takes the Powerball lottery to get over 500 million for you to buy it. Where you're like, you know what? 200 million, not worth my time.
Well, it's more, Sean, I know I'm not going to win, but if it gets that high,
it's worth the shot.
Even if it's rigged for people in California to get, which some people have argued, yeah. Screw it. I will buy one ticket. I will do quick pick. At the very least, and I won't even check the ticket because I know I'm not going to win, but there's a chance that money could theoretically buy happiness for just $2.
You should probably start checking the ticket just in case.
It is rare that you get one number.
Yeah, I know.
It's rare, so I just don't look.
I just can't wait for the time where it's like
the time that I win the lottery and I don't know about it?
Yes.
I do check to see if somebody got the winning numbers.
Okay.
But I don't look at the ticket half the time.